Tonight, a new battle is brewing over how New York City is handling the record-breaking influx of migrants. Mayor Eric Adams pushing back after the state's governor, Kathy Hochul, a fellow Democrat, accused him of not doing enough.
If her observation is that here's some things that you can do differently, we're all in. One thing no one is stating that we didn't do. We've housed 100,000 people, unlike any other city.
It comes after a lawyer for the governor today sent a scathing letter saying the city faces a serious crisis and has failed to accept the state's offer of assistance and should do more to act in a proactive manner.
When it comes to New York City's migrant crisis, Governor Kathy Hochul of the state of New York just told the state's largest municipality and economic engine to basically drop dead. Mayor Adams has requested help from Governor Hochul, and she has basically denied his request on a number of levels. First, she blames the mayor. She claims that the state has offered to help by allowing the city to use state-owned facilities in New York. Those facilities include soccer fields, recreation centers, a parking lot, and a racetrack. The problem with those places is that the residents in those places are loudly, very loudly, objecting.
Hundreds of angry New Yorkers taking to the streets to voice one message. They're protesting the construction of a new relief center for the hundreds of migrants arriving in New York City every week. This one for up to 1,000 people, men only.
Women, children, okay. All men, 1,000 of them is too much.
Residents especially worry the center will be near an elementary school, a playground, and senior center. What are you afraid of happening here?
The problem is that this is an inappropriate location. They're putting 1,000 unvetted adult males in a cot, rusted fences, no shopping, no transportation, nothing to do.
In another part of New York, another center for migrants on Randall's Island, designed to house more than 2,000 single men. The shelter taking over 4 soccer fields used by local schools, angering some educators and parents.
Also another issue with those places, those are where the mayor's voters are. The mayor won his election by appealing to blue-collar law and order conservative types. Lots of those locations are in Queens, and that's who the mayor will need to get reelected. No good. Next, the mayor has asked Governor Hochul to participate in a decompression strategy. This strategy basically says, let's spread the migrants around the entire state proportionate to each county's population. But Governor Hochul has a couple problems with this. First, she won't, and I think righteously, force migrants to move, either through coercion or trickery. Second, she questions whether they would even want to move. She tried to move 77 migrants / illegal immigrants / asylum seekers, pick your term of choice, to a city in upstate New York. But when they arrived, 30 refused to get off the bus and had to be sent back to New York. But the second part of Governor Hochul's reasoning is self-serving. Governor Hochul is from upstate New York, the first governor of the state to be so. In her last election, she had a very hard time with her Republican challenger, largely in part because of these Republican counties. By spreading migrants throughout the state, she fears that she will infuriate those voters, who will then, in the short term, give President Biden a harder time in 2024. She's on Biden's 2024 campaign committee. See the video in the comments. But she also fears that she'll have a harder time getting elected in her next cycle. So she's almost obstinate against this decompression strategy that Adams is proposing. Finally, she's blamed Adams himself. She claims that he has not filed the paperwork for reimbursement from the state in a timely manner. The state has offered the mayor about $1 billion to reimburse him for migrant issues. However, with the price tag for this year approaching $4 billion, the number seems paltry at best. But Governor Hochul, with this 12-page letter, seems to be heading off the mayor at the pass, preempting his future request by telling him there's nothing she can do. Furthermore, she's wary. New York City is the only county in the state with a right to shelter law, which is exactly what it sounds like, that every person that arrives in New York has the right to a bed indoors. Governor Hochul is wary of having a court order expand this mandate statewide. It's important to note one other fact. This letter came from Faith Gray, a partner at a private law firm. It begs the question why a letter from the governor to the mayor is coming from a private practice lawyer. It turns out it's coming from her because the Attorney General of the state of New York, Letitia James, as an independently elected official, refused to represent the governor's office against the mayor's office in this matter, as is customary. Rather, she's chosen to let the mayor and the governor duke it out on their own. Also, as it turns out, Letitia James is from Brooklyn, and a large amount of her voting base is in New York City, while her voting base to be elected statewide is, as you can guess, all over the state. It appears that the Attorney General is looking out for her own short-term and long-term political interests. As one of my favorite rappers, Jay-Z, said, it's politics as usual. Listen, if you like this video, please hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. It really means a lot to me, and I really appreciate you guys doing so. I look forward to putting more of these videos together for you and giving you truth that's holistic truth that's all put together. So thanks again for watching. Take it easy. Peace.